Good morning and welcome to the GPMLS's changes forms. Today I will be showing you how to submit MLS requests either for sale status changes, rental status changes, listing changes, adding a new listing, and submitting closing documents when the property is listed by another company. As well, I'll be showing you the forms that are needed for these specific changes or requests. Now let's start with the first one, which would be the for sale status changes. I'm going to click here. Right off the back, you're going to have a very self-explanatory form. You're going to add your name. You're going to add the MLS number of the property address. Now, depending on what you pick here, if it's a pending sale, withdrawn, temporary off the market, canceled, closed, or you need to reactivate it, these will change. Now please, mind you, everything must be filled out in order for you to be able to submit the form. Okay, see how they all change. Canceled, there's only one. Closed, it only asks me for the close date, intended use, sold financing type, furnished info, other cooperating agents info, and attach the closing documents. Now these closing documents would be the contract and the HUD. Now let's go back to the main page. If you need to do any status changes, here is the status changes form. That'll be to a rental or a for sale status. Now if this anything is from changes to remarks to the price or anything like this, this is the form that you will be using in order for you to submit the requests. Now mind you, if this form is not filled and signed by the owner of the property, the listing will not be changed. Okay? This is very important. This document needs to be filled out 100% correctly, as well as signed by the owner of the property or listing. Now one thing also very important, let's go back into this for sale status changes. As soon as you submit this form, now let's do a test here. Test, 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 test. Let's put a date here. As soon as you submit this form, you'll notice you will have this message appear. Now please allow us 48 hours in order for us to make these changes. Now 48 hours would be business days. Obviously if you submit something on a Friday, please allow us at least till Tuesday. Give us the weekend to be able to make those changes, or at least the first of the week over the weekend to make those changes. Now another very important thing, if within those 48 hours you do not see the changes have been made, please contact Ana Somarriba. Now it is your responsibility as the realtor to check on the MLS that the changes have been made. Once it's been submitted and you see this form, we have the information needed for making the change or whatever is necessary. Now it's very important that the for sale status changes form is correctly done. If we have any issues with that, we will reach out to you and contact you in regarding to what we are missing with the form or whatnot. Now everything else is pretty easy. So for sale status changes, we have the rental status changes as the next form, and it's the same thing. Depending on if it's pending rental or rented, you're gonna get different scenarios here. You're gonna get the closing document form, and if you need to add any additional attachments, you'll have that option as well. Okay, now we have the listing changes. Now this is the listing modification agreement here. Listing changes. Here you specify the changes. Here you add the status changes form and any additional documents that you might need to add. Oh, click that by accident. Now I'll repeat it one more time. Once you submit the form, you will receive a message saying that you have 48 hours to wait for the changes to be made. And it's very important for that message to come out. If that message does not come out, that means that it has not been successfully submitted. So we have here add a new listing. Same thing, very self-explanatory. And the forms that go along with it. Here's the exclusive listing agreement. And here is the closing documents when the property is listed by another realtor. So if you make a sale or a rental, or you rent something out, and the listing is not yours, you're representing the buyer in this case. You still want to have credit for it. You still want to report it to. We still need to report it to the MLS, as well as take all the documentation necessary for us to receive the payments. So the closing documents would be submitted here. It's a very simple form. You have your name, MLS number, property address, closed price, who the cooperating agents were, and the file. So this is very, very simple. Right off the back, we have this here. We're going to have this video in this page as well. In case you guys need any help with anything, you could always revert back to the video, or you could always send me an email quickly if there's anything that you need help-wise. But it's very, very, very self-explanatory. Just depending on what needs to be done, you click one of these 5 options, and it goes along with these 4 forms. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video.